Yasser Allah. As always, I like to begin this lesson by saying I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachak Wadash, whom I worship. Double honors to my elder apostles of Great Millstone who taught me this word in sincerity and in truth and who rule well. And salutations be to the hopeful elect that are doing the work the right way. Okay? Just like Yahweh Shai and the apostles did it nearly 2,000 years ago, all right, in sincerity and in truth, all right, and proclaiming the name of the Father, Yahweh, all right, and the Son, Yahweh Shai. These are the true and real names. By these names are the elect of our people delivered, or will be delivered by calling upon these names, and none other. Jesus Christ is a false. That's a made up name. And that's the name of a false god, okay, whom the world worships, you know. Our Lord, the Son of the Heavenly Father, is going to come very soon to destroy that image, destroy that false god, okay. And he alone will be praised and exalted in that day because he is worthy. He was the lamb that was slain, okay, all right, for the sins of his people. All right, you know, for the sins of his people, which are the true Israelites. Okay, the true people of God, if you will. All right, and I want to give blessings to the scattered of our people who are sincere, man, all throughout the world, no matter where they be, no matter what they look like. All right, but they're their spirit within them are that of a Hebrew Israelite, okay? And when they hear the words of the Lord being spoken, they cling on to it. May the Lord bless them and bring them in and deliver them at his coming, okay? I'm the bishop, teacher, Sakwa Run of the Hebrew Israelite group known as Great Millstone, also known as GMS, based out of New York, all right? And so, this is going to be... I have a little, series that I do. I call it M.O.T.B News to bring out the latest on what's happening with, what they call BCIs or brain-computer interfaces, okay? Or anything having to do with, implantable C-hips, all right? Which, according to the prophecy, that's what these are. According to the prophecy that the Lord gave unto the Apostle John on the island of Patmos, in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter, the 16th verse. This is what he was speaking about. Because in the very near future, they're going to want everyone to have this thing, to be implanted with this thing, so that they can have total control. All right, that's the end game. Total digital slavery. Okay, they're going to have the, a credit debit system in it, okay, where you're able to buy and you're able to sell, Yeah, so, all right, so I got an article pulled up. Just going to read into it. Lord willing, bring out some scripts on it and then close it out. Okay, this is from ScienceDaily.com, and this came out yesterday. All right, and so today's lesson will be titled M.O.T.B News, June 3rd, 2024. So this is fresh, hot off the presses. Top headlines, as you can see on top, it says, brain-computer interfaces news, and this one here I like because they bring out different articles, the latest articles dealing with the M.O.T.B, man, okay? So the top one here, obviously I'm gonna hit that because it's the latest, it's the freshest, so I'm gonna hit that. Okay, and it reads, connecting lab-grown brain cells provides insight into how our own brains work. So, this technology is they trying to tap into the spirit, because that's where the spirit resides, right? In your mind. And in the scriptures, where when it talks about your heart, it's speaking about your mind. In the Hebrew, is lab. All right. So it says, date April 10th, 2024. The source, Institute of Industrial Science, the University of Tokyo. Yeah, because there's different nations beside Esau that's working on this technology, because it's the wave of the future, right? Of the very near future. It says, summary: researchers have developed a technique to connect lab-grown neural organoids, three-dimensional developmental brain-like structures grown from human stem cells, using axonal bundles, similar to the connections between regions in the human brain. This technique allows brain networks to be better represented experimentally in the lab, and will improve understanding and studies of network-related brain disorders. All right, full story. Obviously, I'm going to put this link in the description box below so that you can check it out for yourself. And it reads, the idea of growing a functioning human brain like tissues in a dish has always sounded pretty far-fetched, even to researchers in the field. Towards the future goal, a Japanese and French research team has developed a technique for connecting lab-grown brain mimicking tissue in a way that resembles circuits in our brain. It is challenging to study exact mechanisms of the brain development and functions. Animal studies are limited by differences between species in brain structure and function, and brain cells grown in the lab tend to lack the characteristic connections of cells in the human brain. What's more, researchers are increasingly realizing that these interregional connections and the circuits that they create are important for many of the brain functions that define us as humans. Previous studies have tried to create brain circuits under laboratory conditions, which have been advancing in the field. Researchers from the University of Tokyo have recently found a way to create more physiological connections between lab-grown neural organoids, an experimental model tissue in which human stem cells are grown into three-dimensional developmental brain mimicking structures. Hey man, these scientists, they're like they're Frankensteins, but it's the Lord who's given them this knowledge, this technology, man. You see, it's not them. It's the Lord working on the left-hand side to give them these godlike knowledge and technology, so that this M.O.T.B can come to fruition, so that they can develop it, make it mandated, So they have to study the brain and how it works and stuff like that, because they want to integrate this technology, okay, with the brain. So it's the Lord, man. See, men on earth think that they just wake up one morning and boom, they start to come up with these ideas. No, the reason why you're coming up with these ideas is because the Lord has put it into your mind to do these things. Now, let's get that scripture real quick. Okay, this is an oldie but goodie. Job chapter 33, verse 15. All right. Job chapter 33, verse 15. It says, in a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. So when you sleeping, when you go to sleep, right? Late at night, whatever. You knocked out. Then you getting that around 2 o'clock in the morning, between the hour, I believe it's between the hours of 1:30, let me see, 2 o'clock in the morning to about 4 a.m. you getting what it's called REM, which is a deep sleep. It's REM stands for rapid eye movement. I didn't know that until recently. The other Pastor Har let me know that, but I knew it was something called REM. That's when you get that good sleep, man. That sleep that you're so deep in it that no loud noise can wake you up. Nothing. You're like in a coma, man. So and then that's when you start getting those visions, man. The visions. You gotta have visions. You gotta have a vision. That's when you start getting those, the Lord coming to you, man. Some dreams are bullshit. Some dreams are visions. Now, like the heathen though, that they're into all this, they're the scientists and all that. The Lord comes to them too on the left, through the left hand side, to give them visions of this technology, man, of the M.O.T.B, so that it could come to pass. Okay, so that they could manufacture it. Boom, the governments of the world get control of it, and then they mandate it. All right, it says then he openeth the ears of men. Yeah, now it's not talking about your physical ear, it's talking about your spiritual ear, right? If you have ears to hear, well then hear or understand what the Lord's trying to tell you, right? Some people got ears, right? But they can't. That's why it says up here, it says in verse 14, it says, for Yahweh speaketh once, yea twice, yet man perceiveth it not. Right? Because if it's not meant for man to get it, if the Lord didn't set up for a certain man to get his word or something, he's not going to get it, point blank. Okay? Like his holy word, the good news, the gospel, right? The word, man, the truth, all right, that we have received through our elders in these last days. We, the hopeful elect, have received it, right? The Lord spoke. How did he speak? He spoke through his prophets, okay, through his holy men, to speak unto other holy men that be like them, so that they could wake up, get it, and come back. Because long time ago in the past, they had it before, okay? So they have been regenerated back into the truth, all right? Because they always had the truth, the word of the Lord, all right? It's simple, man. But only he who is spiritual can understand spiritual things. That's spoken of in the book of 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter, right? But the carnal man, he can't receive spiritual things, okay? Because he's carnal. He's carnal. This is verse 16. It says, then he openeth the ears of men. Yeah, their spiritual ear, man. Okay? The what do they call it? The pineal. the pineal or pineal gland. You know, you always hear the elder Apostle Tahar go into it, you know, that a lot of our people's pineal glands are calcified, so they can't, you know, they can't receive certain things. But, you know, to be honest, if the Lord if the Lord is if you are an elect of the Lord and he wants you to get his word, you're going to get it. You're going to get it whether your pineal gland is calcified or not. You know, 'cause that's the power of the Lord, you know. But the majority of our people are because of chemicals put into our, you know, our food source, our water source, into the air, you know, we're all jacked up, man, you know. But that's why it's through the graces the Lord will make a way, all right, for the hopeful elect to understand his word, so that they can be saved in these last days, man. Or else there would be no flesh to be saved because of this devil, man. He's constant. You see, they're growing brains, man, in the lab. You know, these are the heathen, man. You got Esau, Edom, and you got Moab, the other nations. I think this is the Japanese thing going. So yeah, man. You know, so but Yahushua is coming. We can't forget that Yahushua is coming, man. All right, that stone cut without hands that's gonna hit the image at his feet, cause it to fall, man. Okay, like it speaks about in the book of Daniel, the second chapter, man. I'm sorry, the seventh chapter. All right, it says, then he openeth the ears of men and sealeth their instruction, that he may withdraw man from his purpose. Yeah, we are not our own. You know, we are robots. Every single last person on this earth is a robot. Okay? And we are, you know, the Lord already set in motion what you were going to do the next day. No matter what you plan to do, okay? Whatever you do in a certain day, it was already set up for you to do it. You know? And the Most High causes man to either, you know, prosper or to fall, right? To prosper or fail, you know. 17, that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. Yeah, man. Hey, like us in Great Millstone, man. Look, man, if pride arises within us, we check that shit quick, because we already know what will happen if you get proud, man. Okay? You get proud, you get beside yourself. Hey, well, recently, or last week's Tuesday live show, we went into Nebuchadnezzar, and what happened to him when he got proud, man. Okay? The Most High reduced him to being like a beast. And then when the Most High woke him up and brought him back to his, you know, his senses, so to speak, what did he do, man? He praised the Most High, man. And he was a heathen. That's a heathen king, right? A Babylonian. But he gave praises to the Most High, to Yahweh. Okay? And guess what? He knew the Lord's name. All right? Ain't that son? You got heathen kings from the ancient times that called upon the Lord's name, Yahweh. But you got dudes today that they can't even do that. All right? Talking about God and some Jesus Christ, bless. You know? That's some BS, man. Anyway, it says that he may withdraw man from his purpose and hide pride from man. Okay? So I'm going to leave it there. Let's go back to the article. Okay. It says, where did I leave off? Right here. The team did this by linking the organoids via... Yeah, I already read that, but I'll read it again. The team did this by linking organoids via axonal bundles, which is similar to how regions are connected in the living human brain. In single neural organoids grown under laboratory conditions, the cells start to display relatively simple electrical activity. Says co-lead or author of the study, Tomoya Doenki. When we connected two neural organoids with axonal bundles, we were able to see how these bidirectional connections contributed to generating and synchronizing activity patterns between the organoids, showing some similarity to connections between two regions within the brain. It says the cerebral organoids that were connected with axonal bundles showed more complex activity than single organoids or those connected using previous techniques. You know, something just came to me just now, you know? The Spirit just kind of threw this into my mind just now, that these devils could, I mean, I don't know if they could do that, man, because, I mean, damn. But I was thinking, how about they they create these artificial brains and they put it into these robots, man, into these androids, man. You know? So, and allowing them to you know, act and think for themselves, you know, but that's like, damn, that's like, come on now. That's a little bit too much. I don't think they'll reach that type of level. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Esau and the other nations, they're just gonna use, you know, their patients, their peoples, whoever get the shit, by putting the, you know, the technology into them, you know. But you know, that was just, you know. So just scratch that, you know. I said that was a spirit. Nah, that was just me, you know, man, as a man thinking. But anyway, it says the cerebral organoids that were connected with axonal bundles showed more complex activity than single organoids or those connected using previous techniques. In addition, when the research team stimulated the axonal bundles using a technique known as optogenetics, the organoid activity was altered accordingly, and the organoids were affected by these changes for some time in a process known as plasticity. Excuse me. These findings suggest that axonal bundle connections are important for developing complex networks, explains Yoshihiro Ikeuchi, senior author of the study. Notably, complex brain networks are responsible for many profound functions such as language, attention, and emotion. Given that alterations in brain networks have been associated with various neurological and psychiatric conditions, a better understanding of brain networks is important. The ability to study lab-grown human neural circuits will improve our knowledge of how these networks form and change over time in different situations. It may lead to improved treatments for these conditions. So I'm gonna leave off there, okay? But this has been another M.O.T.B news, as I said. You know, it's a little series I like to do, and yeah, you know, it's just keeping up with the M.O.T.B Joneses, man. You know, keeping on top on what's happening. All right. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom. All praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay. And hope this was an edifying lesson. And I'll see you soon. All right, in the next lesson. All right, shalom.